Do you feel like a handling system could be designed and efficient for both cows and sheep? At what point do you think it's necessary to have a chute, or a sort chute / turntable for sheep?
For sheep.
Yeah.
I'd say
if you've got muscle and brawn, like.
Yeah, but I'd say that more than like what we've got, it becomes, even with us, it becomes problematic.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like with what, like 160, 100, like probably anywhere from like.
You could probably get away with 200.
Up to like 200. You can kind of, handle sheep in a cattle facility. You just got to do a lot more
manual labor.
And then also, if you've got, like gaps like that big, what Greg has done is he'll take 4 foot or 2.5 foot tall woven wire and wire it along the base of every, panel, every gate and everything, so that a sheep can't hit that and slide through and, be out on the road or whatever. So
it works.
It does, but if you get into any kind of numbers like 250, 300, 400, 500...
Even if you've got manpower...
Yeah.
Yeah, it would just take so long to sort.
If you're not as juvenile as us...
Yeah.
And you don't want to be manhandling sheep...
It's hard work.
It's probably worth investing in the sheep, especially if the sheep is equal to your cattle as far as like...
If it's your only thing... Definitely. especially if you're doing it on a production scale.
Yeah.
Like, you definitely need a chute.
There was a guy in North Missouri that we went and visited. His name was Glenn Moraine or something. And he had this handling facility in this big hoop barn. He used to have that's where he used to kid. He used to run nanny goats. He used to kid in that barn in the middle of winter. Anyways.
Doesn't do it anymore. It's all sheep.
Greg turned him around to sheep. Him and his dad, and now they run all St. Croix of Greg's genetics.
They run more sheep than we do. And
so he's got to shoot, all kinds of wraparound little gates and panels and stuff. But then the sheep will come in, and he's got this little sliding door, and it's just scale. So I'll stop the sheep, weigh it. If it's a ram or whatever, if it's like the 60 pounds or whatever he wants, he'll let it go one way. If it's not, he'll let it go the other way. He sorts them by weight, and then he also has this thing he built. It's a chute, or a head catch. They'll come in and you catch their head, and then it's got hydraulics on it, and it'll turn the sheep. So the ram's like this, and this is his butt. It'll turn him upside down so that then his parts are facing you. It'll literally flip the whole sheep in a circle. You can
upside down.
You can castrate him. And then it'll put him back down, and then you can let him go.
Yeah.
And it keeps you from. So what we have to do is we have to grab the ram, flip him up,
hold him by his back
legs, get kicked in the face,
have somebody else with the little bander with a little rubber band,
and sliding the 2 little testicles in there and banding them up or whatever.
Yeah.
So with that, it's all mechanical, and so that was a super cool little gizmo he built. But
yeah, you definitely need something like that, especially also with our sheep. We only get the sheep up really once a year. If sheep are twice a year. If sheep are you're right, twice a year. Once to sort them for culls and then once to and then once to for sale.
Yeah.
But if sheep are your deal and you're getting sheep up multiple times a year for either butchering or taking to sale barns or selling to customers or whatever it is, I mean, it just becomes the more times you got to handle them, the more time you're going to save, you with a chute. And so it's even with 150 U's, or 200 U's, which we say that you could probably manhandle if you have the people or the personnel to do it. That's with us only bringing them up twice a year. If we had to bring them up 5-6 times a year, it'd be too much. It'd be worth having some sort of a sheep specific handling facility.
It doesn't have to be crazy either.
No.
There's a guy, their brothers, Hopping Brothers out of Oklahoma. They used to run a bunch of sheep.
They don't anymore.
And I need to draw. Get the pen
We've drawn this before, but it's the way that it was a super low tech way of sorting sheep really effectively. And all it uses is hog panels
and 2 guys
and a stick with a trash bag. It's and just incredibly fast. We've drawn this before, but it'll be good for you to see it too. The Hopping Brothers, Greg bought sheep. I think some of his original sheep he bought from these guys in Oklahoma. They got out of the sheep business a while ago, but they were in it big for a long time with these sort of parasite resistant hair sheep. I think that was all they did really. But Greg went down one time to buy sheep from them, and this was sort of the sorting situation that they advised.
All right. So
just don't try not to shake the table.
yeah. So there's a guy standing here. All the sheep are over here, and there's a guy here at the gate. And so, like, say he has rams here. Am I on the?
It's fine. Just roll with it.
And like, say ewe lamb's here, and this guy standing here would using just his body would let a certain number, let one or two go at a time, and he'd call out ram, 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 and so he'd keep this gate open, and as soon as he'd call ewe, he'd open this gate, and that ewe would come, up into here. And so just by doing that, because with sheep, if they see sheep in this pen and they've just blown past this guy and this gate's like that, they're gonna run right into here, same way or the other way. And so something as simple as that, I hope that caught it on video.
Yeah, we'll see.
They were able to sort. I mean, Greg watched them one time. They were able to sort I don't even know how many they were
like
doing.
100 ewes or something like that
In like no time at all. So
yeah.